Lock your doors. If a neighbor come by, knocked on your door and seen your door was unlocked, they would reach in, lock your door, and pull it shut.
Right, right.
If they seen lights or something on or something. I mean, you know, it was the old Andy Griffin day. And it was nothing if you walk down the road, someone was going to pick you up and carry you. Because I can remember my granddad, he would pick total strangers up and take them to his house, feed them, clothe them, and get them on to their next. You can't do that now.
Across the bridge, and then a little, I think it's maybe a mile, there's a turn to the left. It says Alligator Point. As you go out, again to the left, there's State Park, Bald Point Park, and that's really nice. And there's a nice beach there.
So what brought you to Florida, Wakulla County?
His brother had moved down. We came to visit him, and my husband fell in love with it. So this is where we are.
Okay. What makes Wakulla County special for you?
Well, for my husband, it was the fishing. For me, it's just the atmosphere, the weather. Don't shovel snow anymore.
That's always a good thing. So what do you do for fun or recreation here in Wakulla?
Personally, I just take care of my lawn and flowers, and I belong to a couple associations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the community here in Wakulla, do you feel it's a nicer community for you as opposed to being in New York?
Oh yeah. People are friendly. It's just more relaxing. It's just a nice area to live.
Okay. Is there anything that you wish was here in Wakulla that may not be here now? I mean.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so you like the
I like everything, yeah.
Good.
I lost my husband a few years ago, and he was a 100% fisherman.
Yeah.
When we first moved down here, I thought, well, back 28 years ago, it was more isolated.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't much here then. And I didn't like it at first. But he loved it. He says, honey, where else can we live when I can go out and I can get shrimp and scallops and all kinds of fish and oysters? I mean, it was his life. He loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He retired early, and I was always glad he did, because he had, let's see, I lost him. He had about 18 years of good fishing, what he loved doing.
Have you been feeling sick, looking for a cure? Come to Panacea. Named for the healing property of the mineral springs, founded in 1895 by W.C. Tully. W.C. built a post office, cottages, and the Panacea Mineral Springs Hotel. With an accommodation of 125 guests, it offered a great deal of summer activity. Or you could visit the Bayview Inn on Dickerson Bay. Once a dormitory for men, the Bayview was remodeled in 1901 and opened to the general public. Between both hotels was the Panacea Springs Pavilion. There were 20 different springs inside the pavilion, flowing simultaneously. Each spring bore the name of the illness it was thought to cure. And on those hot summer nights, the pavilion featured concerts, recitals, dances, cakewalks, all of this at the turn of the century. In the 1920s, however, the Panacea Mineral Springs Hotel would be destroyed by fire. And by the 1950s, the Bayview would be torn down. So what brought you here to Wakulla?
Actually, what brought me here to Wakulla was family.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what inspires you about being here in Wakulla? If there's something that's really special to you about it, what do you think that would be?
Oh wow! It's everything that nature has to present here. I mean, there are as I move around the county and go to different areas, I'll think to myself, wow, this is my favorite spot in the county. And then I go somewhere else and I go, wow, this is really my favorite spot in the county. But so there's so many of them, and they're diverse. You know, it's not like they're all the same. Like one of my very favorite places here in the county is the Cathedral of Palms, which is in St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge on the Florida Hiking Trail. Okay. It's back in around Shepherd Springs. It is one of the only two virgin palmetto hammocks in the state of Florida, and it's just incredible. I mean, you look up and it's sable palmettos as far as your eyes can see. It's really quite astounding.
Tell me about these pictures on the wall. I guess these are. This looks like a crab picking thing where about 3 or 4 ladies are picking crabs.
Yeah, these are all authentic photographs, old photographs showing different things that happened in the area at different times. You know, Panacea used to be, you know, a real hub for blue crab production, and this is just a picture of some ladies picking crabs in a crab house. And
Panacea has the Blue Crab Festival once every year, like in May or something like that?
It's the first Saturday of every May.
Okay.
All right.
And how about this photo
And this photo here is a picture of the tram car that used to run from the Sopchoppy train depot. It was mule drawn, and people would get on in Sopchoppy. They would come down from Leon County or north of there down to Sopchoppy, and the train would actually continue all the way down to the coast in Carabel. But if you wanted to, you could get off the train in Sopchoppy and get on this mule-driven tram, which came across the tracks over here to Panacea. And in Panacea there was a big hotel, and there was mineral springs where, you know, people would come to go in the springs for health reasons. And this was, you know, Panacea was quite the place to come.
So what have you done in Wakulla? I mean, you've worked at a number of places. The longest job you had was what, with the schools?
Yes, I worked there for 25 years.
Okay. Mainly at Wakulla Middle School?
Yes, at Wakulla Middle School. That's where I worked at.
What inspires you about Wakulla?
Well, it's a nice place, you know, to be. It's a nice place to live in. And where I was brought up down there at Buckhorn, I enjoyed being down there. I was raised up down there when I came back from Nashville, Tennessee, and I did a lot of work down there as well. Enjoyed it. I run the store and run the cafe. We had good times when we was kids, and we didn't know too much about just. We used to do this little thing for toys. We used to walk on little cans with a Y, and we had that for our little toys. We played those little games, and we had tires. We played with tires and stuff, running like we was riding a car. So, those was our toys, and that was our games and stuff.
Okay, so you like the idea of community here in Wakulla? Do you feel it's a good community, or has it changed for you in some way?
Well, yes, it's changed a lot, but it's still for the good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I got married when I was something like, I think it was 17. I got married. I've been married now for 43 years, and my thing is I like doing cakes for my enjoyment. I just like doing stuff like that. I do a lot of baking, but I don't charge people just like, you know, normal people would charge it. I like doing it just for people to enjoy.